Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here and you haven't seen my face before, thank you for clicking on this video and make sure you hit that red subscribe button before you leave. Okay, so I'm sure you guys see the title of this video and you're like, oh my gosh, if you didn't already know, I'm pregnant. I did mention it in my life update video and Instagram like months ago, so definitely follow that Instagram because that's where you'll get the most up-to-date information, and I'll leave that right here for you guys, and it's also down in the description box. So yeah, I'm currently 24 weeks. Oh my gosh, I hope that's right. I'm pretty sure I'm 24 weeks. Let me double check. Yes, okay, I'm 24 weeks. So I'm definitely farther along. This is the first time I've done a pregnancy update video for this pregnancy. So I'm not going to be like, in this week this happened, and in this week this happened. I'm just gonna kind of give you like an overall hey, I'm pregnant. Just kind of like a really quick overview of everything. So, I'm currently, if you can hear Cooper, I don't have a good place to film with good lighting and everything in a lot of the house, so I'm kind of out in the living area, so you might hear some background noise. So, I'm sorry about that, but let's go ahead and get started. So, Cooper, my son, is 13 months now. I have to go back and look. He was 6 or 7 months when I got pregnant. So that's kind of their age difference. I believe they'll be like 16 or 17 months apart depending on when this baby is born exactly, because you know, it's like give or take 2 weeks. My due date is March 6th. I'll try to go back as far as I can. I found out we were trying to get pregnant, so we were testing early. Like, I wasn't waiting until I missed my period to test, so I found out I was like 3.5 weeks. I could go back and see. If you guys are curious, comment down below if you want to know exactly how many DPO I was when I tested positive. I can look it back and tell you, but yeah, so I tested positive really early, and it was definitely different than my first pregnancy. I really started to not feel well a lot sooner, but I wasn't throwing up with my oldest son. I was really throwing up and getting sick, and it was you know, whereas this time I wasn't feeling good and I felt like I was gonna throw up, but I wasn't actually throwing up. Still sucks that I wasn't feeling good. That still made it just as difficult, but it was good that I wasn't actually having to run and go throw up with a you know, 7, 8, 9-month-old at the time when I was sick. Yeah, that started pretty early and hung around a lot longer than it did with my son. With him, it stopped about 13 weeks, I want to say, and this time it really kept going. I think I was 16 or 17 weeks before I really hit my stride with feeling good and all that stuff. That was kind of the sickness part. Then obviously the fatigue and all that kind of stuff went with it, but that was the kind of the gist of the first trimester. I had my first appointment when I was 10.5 weeks, I think I was. I think I was almost 11 weeks, or right around 11 weeks. I think I was 10 weeks and 6 days, so basically 11 weeks. And we had our dating ultrasound, and originally my due date, based on my calculations from ovulation tests, was March 9th, and then they changed it to March 6th, March 6th, based on the dating ultrasound that they did at that appointment. So, and then let's see, going from there, I guess I could mention the appointment. If you guys followed me before with my son, you know that I actually had him at a birth center with a midwife, and absolutely don't regret my decision. It was great, but I did have some issues. He had some issues after delivery, and I had some issues as well. So we decided this time to go with a hospital. I wish I could have a midwife at the hospital, but here where we're at now, there isn't a midwife that delivers in the hospital, and there is midwives that do home births, but I'm not a candidate for a home birth. After the issues that I had at the birth center, I'm no longer considered, it's no longer considered safe for me to have a home birth. So yes, so we're gonna have a hospital birth with just a normal OB, but I really like the doctor, and he's very what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he's not like one of those old school doctors. He's very like progressive. I think that's the word I'm looking for. He's like very progressive with like OB care and women's health care and childbirth and all that kind of stuff, which is good. It's what I want. So that's our plan for delivery. Okay, so now bouncing back, I was at the end of my first trimester that I was telling you guys about. So then, let's see, that was about 17 weeks. I think I was 15 weeks when we went for an elective gender ultrasound. It was the same that we did with Cooper, and it was actually the same lady that did Cooper's gender ultrasound that did this baby's gender ultrasound. We actually went to the same place. So, bum-ba-dum, it's a boy! So, yes, we are having another boy. We are so excited and over the moon. I know everyone, like, once you have one gender, everyone wants you to, like, have the other gender, but I'm so ecstatic to be having another boy, and especially they're gonna be so close in age, and they're gonna get to grow up and be best friends. And I mean, they just don't have to be best friends, but in my head, that's what I'm envisioning, is them being best friends. So yes, I'm very excited to have another little boy. Other than that, 24 weeks, that's you're kind of caught up to date at that part. There isn't a lot else. We had our anatomy scan, everything looks good. I will mention, now that I'm thinking about the anatomy scan, he was breech at the anatomy scan, and the ultrasound tech was like, I wouldn't even worry about it. Like, a lot of babies are breech and they always flip. I'm pretty sure he's still breech at 24 weeks. I know I'm only 24 weeks now, but it just makes me nervous because, like, you know, I think my doctor, most doctors, I think my doctor also, it's like an automatic C-section if your baby's breech, which is really not what I want. So I'm really hoping he flips, but based on like his movements, I'm pretty sure he's still breech. So I'm just curious, like, if your baby was breech at the anatomy scan, or like breech at any point, like, you know, farther into your pregnancy, into your second and third trimester, when did they flip? And how did you know they flipped? And all that kind of stuff about that. I am familiar with spinning babies, so I have looked into that, and I need to be better about doing all the, I don't want to call them exercises, but the, you know, movements, I guess you could say, that they recommend. Other than that, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below, and I will either, depending on how many I get, I might just go ahead and answer them, or I might hold off on answering them and do maybe a pregnancy Q&A if I get enough, or I might just answer them in my next pregnancy update, whenever that may be. I probably won't do them like every week or anything. I might do like one a month maybe, if I feel like there's enough to update on. I did pull out the newborn 0 to 3 clothes, and they're washed. I need to fold them and get them put in the dresser and things like that. I am trying to do stuff kind of earlier than I did with Cooper, and earlier than what most people probably do, because if I do get hydronephrosis, it's gonna be really hard for me to do all of that kind of stuff. So there's the things I have to wait to do. Like, I can't make freezer meals now because it'd be in the freezer for too long. So I have to wait to do that. But there are some things I can go ahead and do. Like, I went ahead and set the swing back up, and I went ahead and washed his clothes. I'm gonna get those folded and put away. You know, things like that, I can go ahead. I probably won't sterilize the bottles or anything like that. There's things that I can go ahead and start doing, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do those things just in case my kidneys start acting up, that I've already kind of got things going and prepared, if you know what I mean. So yes, I think that's everything. Like I said, leave questions. If you have any videos that you want to see kind of related to the pregnancy topic, definitely let me know about those. All right, I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.